What's up, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Skeptic and Ranting. Christian versus Atheist. Someone lied. Dun, dun, dun. Yes.
On a channel we're a little familiar with. You might be familiar with this channel. Maybe.
Sending so much love. Yes, indeed. This is were we here? Are we live? Yes. Holy moly, we are doing it live. Less holy, they would probably say. But anyway, where tonight we are watching a video from the channel Matt Powell. James, and I want this to be very specific, okay? When you're looking for the official Matt Powell.
Right. It's got to be Matt Powell official.
Official. Yes.
Because, Ken Hoven called his account Ken Hoven official. So everybody always, they have to.
Gotta have official. He officially had bots.
Their mafia, their mob boss.
Yes, exactly. This is Kent's probably spreading his love out there as well, or his felonies. Where we are watching a video called Christian versus Atheist. Someone lied. So won't you join James W. and myself, Amy Newman, for a rocky good time? Yes, thank you for joining us out there on the inner tubes. I hope you have your rock ready. Please don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Do all of the things that I think we hear in our sleep and you often hear at the beginning of when you're watching a horror movie and it's a podcaster. And that person's going to die. Anyway, sending so much love out to everyone. We are Skeptic and Ranting on Christian vs. Atheist. Someone lied. James, my goodness, it is the Kent Hoven acolyte.
The one and only.
Okay.
The one with that little Kenty used to have a pacifier play with.
Oh my! So
the pacifier play with Matt Powell, yeah.
That would make Kent daddy?
Absolutely, or granddaddy.
Or granddaddy. Anyway, just don't send him to your park. I hear children don't fare well at Dinosaur Adventureland. Do. We are talking about. We are talking about rocks tonight, and this is another one of, I would say, their shticks. There is the banana, and apparently there is, we are related, of course, James, to rocks. Now, I would bring up right away that this is a technique that I think we've talked about before, which is trying to shame someone. Ken Hoven will, put up an amoeba and be like, you think you're related to this? Yeah, we are indeed related to
Here's Amy Newman here. She thinks she's related to a frog. Here's Mr. Aron Ra, Mr. Larry.
Yes.
He thinks he's related to a camel. Yes, he does.
And I guess we should say the other star of tonight's show, which is to say that it does seem that Mr. Powell is a little bit upset. As James said, maybe a little bit triggered by Aron Ra.
They do tend to get triggered by him.
But
he is playing clips from that debate on what was that old channel that went defunct?
It might have been a friend of mine. Tried to be a friend of mine.
Steve
Not
McRae.
sure how much. Steve.
Oh, what channel was that?
Schmetzmean. It rhymes with that, I think.
Anyway,
it was on Brett's channel.
Oh no, not Brett's channel. The channel with Steve McRae and who is that other guy? It was a big debate. Non sequitur, yeah, the non sequitur. Thank you, davegar. That debate between Ken Hoven and Aron Ra, where Ken Hoven got literally destroyed. Like he got ran over with a Mack truck and then he backed up the truck and ran him over again. Why they want to play clips from that, I don't know, because that was ugly. He got the brakes beat off of him in that debate. And yeah, I would not want to rewatch that if I was a young Earth creationist. That would be like the things of nightmares.
I'll be honest with you, I would not want to be a young Earth creationist, but I guess we are very biased in that department. But this very specifically, because I've been thinking, as I've watched this a few times in preparation, yes, we are or come from and are rocks. But it sounds silly when you don't say the very specific rock that we are, which is to say carbon. Yes, we are carbon.
We incorporate minerals. We use minerals.
We incorporate a variety of different minerals, exactly, so we don't get scurvy. Like, I don't understand why this would be such a shameful thing. And so it's like, the only thing, well, I don't want to give too much away. I will say, let's send out love to chat. And then I will be honest, I don't have sending love to all of the Patreons, sending love to all of our channel members, sending love to all of our supporters out there, super chatters out there. I will retroactively, I need to get my hard drive. But
Amy got her hard drive back. The new movie.
Yes. Nonetheless, I am going to send love out to chat out there. Like I said, I saw davegar out there. What is up? Sending so much to Music by Brian. Sending love to John Smith and It's a Rubiks. What's up, Rubiks? What's up, DJ Rat Girl? What's up, everybody? Sending so much love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Sending love, Tika and Ember. What's up, Ember? Sending so much love. Your mama is a bulldog. And yes, I just feel like this is a parlor trick. I mean, it may work on people who, if you don't push back, yes, it's going to sound silly. You're a rock. The analogy that I thought of was, if you just say, hey, James, did you know that a primate gave me a haircut? Did you know a primate actually built my computer from scratch?
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, because we're primates.
The figure.
That's the only people who are going to do it. But it sounds silly if you're going to take it back a category. We are indeed.
I mean,
rocks.
That's like those. That's like those silly, like, dumb laws list where it would say, like, did you know that in Alabama a hairdresser is not allowed to dispense methamphetamine to her clients? It's like, well, okay, that's true, because if she's a hairdresser, she's not a licensed pharmacist, so she's not allowed to distribute it, right? It's just being overly specific to make it sound stupid, like there's a special law that they put in about hairdressers giving out meth.
Very specifically, I think it's called the Heisenberg haircut law, I think.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, probably.
We are all primates. Yes, we are. Sending so much love. What's up, Gerudo Legends? I'm happy to be called a primate, a simian, an ape. my thing with creationists is that, they often, I always say, look at it from like a top to bottom, when I feel like we're all just kind of, even evolutionary speakingly, and I say that biologically we are. Dolphins are smarter than primates. Humans are smarter than primates
overgeneralization.
Primates is a category. It's a higher level. And dolphins are smart. That is true. Dolphins pass the mirror test. I would say the funny thing about dolphins being so smart, that they are capable of doing a vast variety of intellectually amazing challenges. They also have morality, possibly. And, dolphins can both be apparently good and do crimes and do horrible things,
assholes,
like raping and stuff. Isn't
killer
that
whales too,
interesting?
orcas.
Yeah. And so, a lot of primate species aren't always,
I mean,
we have chimpanzees and then we have bonobos, and that's kind of the whole sex versus war thing. And then you kind of look at us, and then you're like, oh no, that actually plays out. Yeah, kind of sex and war. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know if dolphins had evolution gave them flippers, fins. They can't really build anything with those, but.
And Gerudo, and I feel bad. I actually love tangents. This is actually what I want to do. This is why I think I'm just going to come on here. I'm going to log off of work. I'm going to come on here. Instead of going on chat, I swear, I am just going to come on here and debate people in Discord voice chat. I can't take it anymore. Anyway, you disagree. All I want to ask you, though, okay, is are we related to all animals, and how old is the Earth? I just want to know those two questions, because if you answer them in a way that's okay, we can just move on. Because the Earth is, I guess, spoiler alert, we are 4.5 billion
Roughly.
Years old, give or take. Exactly. That's what we put on our IRS tax forms.
The age of the Earth. They just keep changing it.
And life formed shortly after. That's where the rocks come in. Though, oh my God, the wasp. I just can't.
Wasp argument. I'm not familiar with that.
I'll be honest with you. I heard wasp, and then I had a thing. I listened to Ben.
You listened to that's your guilty pleasure. Ben Shapiro.
I listened to Ben. There was a thing that came up. It was Ben Shapiro saying WAP, the Cardi B lyrics.
Wow, yeah. Okay.
And but they put a beat to it, and oh my God, it's good. It's good. Oh my God,
you can sing.
It's so funny because of how serious he is, but then it's got a good. They had a good Cardi B to it. No, we are not animal. Oh, no, what? Okay, now I have to. This is like atheist bait. No, we are not animals.
Rings in the core.
The only way to tell the date of the Earth is to test the rings from the core, like a tree. We have a multitude.
The Earth isn't growing, so it's not going to make rings like that.
And wait, okay, we're not animals, and I also noticed you didn't say an age. Yeah, do you see that, James? I'm sending love to you, Gerudo. I'm just saying, because when I say 4.5 billion, it's not my opinion. I like this T-shirt. I think it's a cute T-shirt. I don't have an opinion about the age of the Earth. I get that from the experts. There are a multitude of ways that we know.
Several different ways that cross-confirm it.
Yes. I mean, I'm interested in like a core, like a tree.
Right.
The age of the
Earth isn't growing, so it doesn't produce rings. Well, you can say it's always changing. It's always getting older, but
I would agree. The age of the Earth is pending. It was 4.5 billion in 1 second, 4.5 billion in 2 seconds, 4.5. Do we see where we're going with this?
I mean, at this point, it's not going to be revised hugely, bigly. Might get small revisions one way or the other, but it's going to stay about where it is.
But in a weird way, this tells me your position to me about everything I need to know about biology. And it's weird because it's a physics question. And yet, doesn't it, James? It's a good barometer. It's a weird correlation here.
Correlation does not necessarily equate to causation. So
but it often does. But you're right.
You can't just look at something and say, we have more Tylenol and more autism, therefore.
Oh my goodness! This is what I mean. I need to do 1,000 podcasts.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up.
Oh my god!
I shouldn't have. But it's a perfect correlation versus causation analogy that people can get mixed up on.
Yes, indeedy. Also, warning: Tylenol doesn't cause autism.
Vaccines don't either.
Neither do vaccines. Yeah, I know.
Neither do vaccines.
Well,
they say, well, okay, we got to give up on this vaccine thing. It's not working.
I know, we need a new shtick. They took the most common drug in the medicine cabinet. It is insulting.
It's the one that they've been recommending for when pregnant women use for so long because it has fewer side effects. The NSAIDs they can cause stomach issues, ulcers, bleeding, it's better just.
And that is the other thing.
Avoid that.
We do know, and I feel like everyone tells you this. I feel like everyone's mother, if not that, then your partner, hopefully, is like, yeah, don't take that on an empty stomach. Don't take that too much. Only take it when you need it. You can do, because it is a drug. And that's what, all drugs have side effects.
They do.
We don't have to, it is both insulting and stupid. Can we just both agree a little bit?
Yeah. Well, good to see you out there, Aunt Jer.
Oh, what's up, Aunt Jer? Someone say there are whores in this house. I want to play it because it's a minute. I'll be honest. I will donate gladly all of whatever this episode makes so that we can play this 1 minute and 30 seconds of it. Can I, James?
What do you want to play?
Oh God, it's the greatest thing. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, the proceeds of tonight's episode, and then we'll get into it. This is what we all need politically, okay? This is what I think is going to unite us as left and right, okay?
I think he's just trying to be triggering.
Listen, he was upset, but he made a masterpiece, and so you know what? The GUI has changed. No, I don't want to add people. Ha. Yes, with sound. James, I bid you adieu.
You ready? I'm Atheist. Whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. I said certified freak. 7 days a week. Wet ass P-word. Make that pull-out game weak. Yeah. Yeah, you effing with some wet ass P-word. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass P-word. Give me everything you've got for this wet ass P-word. Beat it up and catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this P-word right in your face. Wipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top if I want to ride. I do a kegel while it's inside. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This P-word is wet. I'm taking a dive. It continues along these lines. And it gets significantly more vulgar. Like, a lot more vulgar. Talk your S-word, bite your lip, ask for a call while you ride that P-word. You really ain't never gonna F him for a thing. He already made his mind up before he came. Now get your boots and your coat for this wet-ass P-word. Pay my tuition just to kiss me on this wet-ass P-word. Right, so this is, guys, this is what feminists fought for. This is what the feminist movement was all about.
If you think about it.
Oh, no, he didn't. Miss Peaches?
Okay.
Okay, got that out of your system.
Listen, that has been stuck in my head all night. It'll continue to be, but now I pass it on to you. Oh, James. Yes, I do feel like with that, we can bring together the political divide. And I imagine that was the content that he wanted to generate when he recorded that. Most likely we are, I think, Skeptic and Ranting about Christian versus atheist. Someone lied. And because I don't have my script, we're probably going to go into it a lot quicker.
Somebody lied. Could you just imagine putting like one of them on a lie detector test, polygraph, like Ken Hoven? That machine would melt down. The needles would be exceeding the speed of light. It would collapse into a black hole of energy.
And honestly, it just shows how personal this is to him.
So Kent, you really didn't? Cindy just fell? You didn't slam her? Oh, of course, she just fell. She body slammed herself. Yes. Just trying to make me look bad. Trying to make me, Ken Hoven, look violent. I'm not violent.
Yes, exactly.
She body slammed herself. Gravity.
I was going to say, Ken actually considers himself a gravity scientist.
Yeah.
So, sending so much love, Gerudo. I'll be honest. The things that we love the most, I don't know. I feel like sometimes when we go to Christians or Muslims or, whatever, where sometimes it feels like we're being like the I don't know how to say this, the turd in the punch bowl. They're like, we're having a conversation about theology. Here's this atheist. Yeah, this militant aggressing. And yet it is, I feel like, and this is my opinion, I don't feel like I'm alone in this, we kind of delight it when people come on here to disagree with us. I would even say the harder you disagree with us, to a certain degree, the more we're like, oh my God.
This is amazing. This is great.
Yes. I mean, we've had people that you can't top this, I will say. And neither can the person who brought this up. They said they topped. God. Of course, we all knew that he was being bottomed by God. Actually, it's a little weird to say that out loud. Nonetheless, James, we've had people who have, had sex with angels, demons. I'm not accusing you of having sex with any supernatural being, as awesome as that may be. But
we've had tranny haters who also have sex with trannies.
Yes. Well, I was talking with James just momentarily before the show. The people who seem to go hardest on that topic of gender either are asking me for certain type of pics at the end of it, or they are proclaiming that they would have way better, they'd be way prettier if they transitioned. And you're like, okay, go for it.
No, you'll never be a woman. The last time I saw a tranny, I was in Vegas getting a blowjob from one.
No, I did not bang my guardian angel. You do have a guardian angel? That's still interesting. I'm just going to point that out there. You might have been joking, though, because it's text. And so either way, you said pick. I'm right here, baby. Right here. Mwah. Yeah, we're probably going to get into it soon. I am sending love to everybody out there. We are going to talk and view from the channel very officially, Matt Powell, official, allegedly. Christian versus atheist. Someone lied. The Onion has been pumping out great content lately. I don't know why I had to add that, but they have.
Lying for Jesus.
Oof. Yeah. Have you ever seen Righteous Gemstones, James?
It doesn't come to mind. Maybe, but not lately.
They are funny because sometimes they are the people that we are making fun of. It basically follows corrupt religious family, a for-profit kind of church, a mega church. And all right,
You ready? Ready for the
indeed. I am bringing it up. I am sending love to everybody. I think James and I both agree it is good to be back.
It's great to be back. The political world went up, down, back, upside down, and did a somersault since we were last here.
I know. Oh, and see, I should have went live and probably commented on all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's very, very easy, though, and I could be non-controversial with that, with
Sure.
being. And it's very simple, because he said many things I disagreed with. He made my life harder, and he didn't deserve to die. Ooh, boom!
Right.
Wow, is that so hard? Conversation between everybody. I would have debated him.
If you want to silence his mess, making him a martyr for his cause is like the last thing you want to do.
Yes. No, I got a lot of. Let me tell you, it didn't make. Now, first of all, two separate things. I don't want to say that what I'm about to say pales in comparison to him dying, but that stuff just makes my life harder. Like, I get that the person did it because of apparently a lover and all of the hateful things that he said, but it does just make our life harder. That being said, I would have liked to have debated him. I would have rather have been one of the people in front of, either in front of that freaking sign of what's a woman, or, we're next to him on a debate stage. I get it. All right. I really, the person I hate, I view as apolitical. So it has nothing to do with liberal versus conservative and all that other yada.
You'd be up there with a shirt on saying "Real women have dicks."
Well, I'm sorry. I heard I loaded the video up, and what did you just say? Even though you're probably repeating it for the audience.
You could have worn a shirt. You could have worn a shirt that said "Real women have dicks." To debate him.
Yes, I guess I could have. Oh my goodness! Well, the thing that triggers all of them the most is you say men can get pregnant. How do men get pregnant? And you're like, come on. First of all, the thing that annoys me, James, is it's a game. Like, I don't think they're that stupid. Like, they understand. I feel like even they know, what would be my argument, your argument.
It's a niche situation that boils down to semantics.
So what happens is I take a hormone every morning that physically changes my chromosomes and gives me a vagina, and then I go out and I fight crime. And right?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
You have a uterus.
Yes. Not only do I have a uterus, I use the uterus to fight crime.
You get regular periods.
But that's what they think. They straw man us so hard. I shouldn't be. And see, here's the double-edged sword, James. They tell me, and I've been told this is what I was ranting about, I think before, for 20 years. Don't go into identity politics. Why do you have to bring that stuff up? My own mom, every time I ever do a comedy show or do something, you don't have to bring that stuff. You don't have to tell anybody. Anytime I go anywhere, anytime I sign up to a university or teach somewhere, it's always the same conversation. I know, for 20 years, you try and be modest and just try and find your new normal. I would like society. We had Jerry Springer. He came and went. He's dead now. I mean, we've been part of society. Okay, I'm ranting about it, but it's only because I need to do more content, James. If I just logged on more, here we go. I'm serious. The chat. I'm sending love to our chat, but I mean arguing in Discord, arguing in Discuss. It's driving me cuckoo because while I love the community on there, I need to have you guys and gals. Yeah, Discord doesn't. I don't really have the community. I feel one-on-one, unfortunately. And in fact, many of the Discord channels I go on probably lean towards, not me. Yes, exactly, Ange. Who do I hate? Well, here's the problem. I was raised. My mom said there was only one curse word in her household, and that was that you cannot hate anyone. And thus, the person, and I struggle with that because, and I've thought about this a lot, okay? Hate truly is like drinking a poison and expecting the other person to die. Because I tried to hate this person and nothing happens. Nothing has happened for a long time. And so it only makes your life more toxic. What I have to do is be more proactive and just make more content. All right, let's get into it. I probably could rant forever. Not to keep on. I'm like a broken record now, James. Here we go. We're going into it. We are Skeptic and Ranting. I know the buttons. Here they go. We are Skeptic and Ranting. Christian versus Atheist. Someone lied. James, who do you think that someone is? Oh, my.
There we go.
In
Mr.
full
Larry
HD.
Nelson. The sun god, Aron Ra.
Let me make sure I'm not on.
This.
Powell a liar
Now he's
for
got
stating
eyes
that
on that
evolution
rock.
teaches that all life came from a rock.
This guy is the answer to his own question of how dumb one can get. He knows that no one believes we came from a rock because many people have corrected him on this over the years, and I've explained that to him myself a few times.
At 0 point in our ancestry.
Again, because just to say we're a rock, it sounds very weird. We are carbon.
Were we ever descended from a rock? Nobody, nowhere, never, ever thought this. You have been wrong your whole life.
This is the grandfather of all of biology.
Yes,
in fact,
right there.
This
I like the
is
googly
the
eyes.
ancestor of all humans, according to Darwinian evolution. Interestingly enough, we didn't just...
James, I like that, he and we share that in common. We both like prop comedy. We can bond.
Okay, I can see that.
descend from fish or from primates. According to Darwinism, we actually descended from rocks, and I'm going to prove that to you here in a moment.
No.
Here's from a scientific
No,
paper.
you're not.
We are not rocks.
He's not going to prove from a scientific paper. Yeah.
Rocks and minerals must have played key roles in virtually every phase of life's emergence. Again,
Because
yes,
elements can exist in rock form. That is not to say that life came from a rock.
again, yes. Just saying, boom, we came from rocks. No, it's that we are carbon-based replicating life forms.
They're called Genesis,
Eating, shitting,
rocks,
fucking life.
minerals, and the geochemical origin of life. It states that rocks and minerals must have played key roles in virtually every phase of life's emergence.
Right. They
may
still
have
do.
acted
They
as life
still do
first
play key
in the
roles.
system. So here we have
You
it.
have
Life's first
iron in your blood. You have copper. You will not live without those elements for very long. Yeah. Are they still play a role in biology? So, I mean, go figure, huh?
And I feel
You
like
need iron
he
to live.
would have to admit this, right? Like, we absorb
selenium. It's all kinds of minerals that our body depends on.
Exactly. And carbon is in all food is carbon based, unless
Pretty
it's,
much
you know,
everything.
except for the rock candy.
Genetic system.
I keep correcting you on this, but you do not correct yourself. That's why after 20 years, you still repeat the idea that I'm supposed to believe that we came from a rock, even though I've seen a dozen people correct you
Poor
on
Ken
this
Hovind is
very
not
point,
even on
and you've
camera.
never fixed it.
Here's from Neil deGrasse Tyson. He said,
Again, like, yes, poetic,
Stardust,
but
yeah.
also true. We come from supernova.
Stars
that
make
is
elements.
Where, yes, higher
Stars
elements
make
come
elements
from.
and they blow them up out into the universe.
we are not figuratively, but literally stardust. Here's from Lawrence
yeah.
Krauss. He said, every atom.
And this
We
is
are.
like
That's true.
the weird thing. Isn't it, again, James, just showing us a fact and being like, ooh, you should be shamed for this? Yeah, see, Stardust. How silly is that?
Like that makes us any less, to know that the atoms your body is made out of came out of a supernova that happened like 7 or 8 billion years ago. I mean, that's kind of amazing that we can learn that we can know where our atoms even came from. They can't even tell us that. They just say God poofed them into existence.
Well, here's the thing. Science can answer the vast majority of knowledge-based questions that we have right now. But when you ask for any logistical solutions for, like, how do you form a tiger? It very quickly becomes he spoke it into existence. And you go, wow, we went through, and James, you've heard, I have my shtick of trying to explain to them, because they always ask the same thing, which is like, well, how did we get here? And you have to go through this whole chain, and you go through the whole chain, and then I ask them one question about giraffe go, and the answer is always just like giraffe. They just vomited a giraffe. You're like, oh, well, up against the scientific model. I mean, geez, I guess we know which one we have to pick.
They call it creation ex nihilo, out of nothing. That's actually a term they like to use, ex nihilo.
Thank you for
created
bringing that up.
Nothing.
Not only is it created from nothing, but you gave me, James, a great transition, because this gentleman over here, Lawrence Krauss, wrote a book called A Universe from Nothing, in which he tries to go as far back as possible. And, there's a lot of debate about his word nothing, but it's really just trying to explain at the beginning of the book why it's generally used inappropriately by religious folks, creationists, and then him trying to go as far back scientifically as we currently know.
Well, I mean, if you subscribe to quantum field theory, that's base level reality. So, yeah, there are quantum fields. That's not nothing. Okay. That's what something.
I will say. That's why I framed what I just said very specifically, because they will argue, well, that's not a nothing. And I'll say, sure, maybe I would say a universe from nothing isn't even him quite saying that it's from nothing. I think it gets that title, and I guess I'd have to pick his mind to actually know this, but more from the fact that is what creationists say. They say, oh, you believe in a universe from nothing. Yeah. You believe in a universe. And they said it for so long that it would be like me, not quite, but it would be like me making a book called Look at the Trees, but then it's, why we're actually related in some way, and we're some way related to trees. From the base of it, I was originally making fun of them because of look at the trees. James, just look at the trees. Can't you believe in God? It's so amazing. They're so beautiful, and the flowers. And
like what happens when you combine matter and antimatter, right? They annihilate into what? Nothing. So if you could run that reaction backwards from nothing, you could get matter and antimatter. How exactly that happens, nobody knows really, but it's not as ridiculous as they like to make it sound.
Yes, and neither is the fact that we're stardust, that the elements came from other galaxies or solar systems.
And right, davegar, this is so surface level, like their critiques and everything, that because what they're doing is they're actually just hoping to dissuade their people from even seriously looking into it. Yes. They just want to come up with these quick, easy to understand objections that aren't really, they don't really go to the heart of the theory. They're surface level.
And to keep on harping on the comedy thing, it's not just the prop comedy. It is the fact that he wants a quick slogan for them to remember, and that's atheists think that we come from rocks. And so if you can just keep that sentence in your head and go, oh, God, the next time they hear about evolution, they are going to hear that sentence in the back of their head and be like this while they are listening. And so, we shouldn't be afraid to admit that we are from amoeba. When they hold up those charts, it is insulting to me, to continue on the insulting, that they hold up a lot of the, different generations by which, we became single cell to multi-cell, from mammal out of lizard into, simian. And yet they go,
fish, amphibians, reptiles.
Yes, so fish, exactly. And they show this and they go, you believe this? Yes, we do. Just like we believe we are made of carbon. It's okay to be made of...
in your body came from a star that exploded, and the atoms in your left hand probably came from a different star than your right hand. It really is the most poetic thing I know about physics. You are all stardust.
No evolutionary biologist, nobody promoting evolutionists believes we came from a rock. Nobody. That is a lie on your part, which you have never corrected.
I can say, and if I can interject, if you don't mind, I've actually brought the same thing up to you a couple years ago. But I have never seen any evolutionary biologist or anybody advocate that evolution teaches that we came from a rock. I have only heard that from creationist source. So can I ask you, do you have any citation that we can look at from a some kind of evidentialism?
All right, I will say, one of the greatest claims is coming. I don't want to spoil it, but I really want to focus on one of his claim that is up and coming.
From a evolutionary textbook that says evolution claims we came from a rock.
No one believes we came from a rock. Every time you've ever said otherwise, it's always been wrong. The textbooks you read from don't say that we came from rocks either. I know that this is one of your favorite lies, that you've repeated it every day for decades. And I know you don't have enough accountability to stop telling that lie just because you've been proven wrong as a matter of public record. But your followers, donors, and minions will notice how dishonest you are the next time you repeat this lie, because they'll know you know better.
You want...
But also, James, that's how I know, I think Aron gets under his skin. A little bit.
He calls him out, yeah. Oh,
all right.
This guy. Oh, gosh.
Let's
Who's
move
this guy
on
on screen?
to the next debater.
Said that rocks conceived. Do you still believe that?
All right. This is the claim of the night for me. All right? Coming from the What's a Woman crowd. Rocks conceive. James, have you ever seen a rock conceive?
Well, did you know that the rock has a 15-foot long penis? He's got to find a rock that has a vagina to make more rocks.
Yeah, it finds other rocks, I think.
Yeah, but granite's got to find some sandstone to get married to and have baby limestone.
James, this is, I like the education system. I worry sometimes, and this is what we get.
We know that evolution teaches that because it is,
We do?
like I said earlier, it's defined as chemical evolution. And then number two, I can actually show you a paper that actually explains this. So I'm going to go to the paper right now, actually.
Please show me a paper that says a rock gives birth to baby rocks. Go.
The title of the paper is that you owe your life to a rock, Mr. Jones. You owe your life to a rock.
Okay.
Erosion of metal-rich granite long ago set the stage for multicellular organisms.
That doesn't say that a rock gave birth to other rocks.
But the minerals came out of the rock. Yeah, the minerals came out of the rocks. They did, making them no longer really rocks, just minerals dissolved in water. The fact that they came from a rock, you could say that life is mineral based. It has rocky origins, but they want to, of course, take all the nuance out and just say you think we came from a rock. They know it's not true.
Yes, because again, this is just another soundbite trying to be in the back of a young Earth creationist mind, which is they think that rocks conceive. No, we don't. This dude had to think about this. This is what I mean. This doesn't come from the word evolutionist was what they call us, which is funny because the word is biologist, and it's not that James and I are biologists. It's that we get this from biologists.
Check this out. This is literally what your theory is saying. It says, "Thank goodness for granite." This is how the article starts out.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for granite. You know what? I would thank God for life, not rock.
But granite exists. We know that. We have no knowledge of God.
I like this because I feel like it's the one time he breaks character even on camera. Because he's a little annoyed. You're going to thank the granite when you could be thanking God?
The Sky Daddy. Thank your Sky Daddy.
Not to date this episode, but it has been hilarious. Have you seen the new South Park?
Negative.
In the new South Park, currently the guidance counselor, so the old guidance, not to get political, the old guidance counselor got fired from his job. He got hired by ICE, and then the new guidance counselor is Jesus.
Okay.
Though it's funny because Jesus is a recurring character in South Park. He's not a bad guy. He's an okay guy. He's a decent guy. It is funny because in South Park, both Satan and Jesus are decent people. That is the funny part. Anyway, we're gonna continue forward with our Matty Powell.
Thank God that we're alive. Thank goodness for granite. If not for the formation and subsequent erosion of large quantities of metal-rich granite, these heavy metal elements, Mr. Jones, had to erode from the granite that somehow came here by chance, a rock that we can't...
Didn't come here by chance. It came here by the laws of physics, and there were some planets that were going to be within the circumstellar habitable zone. We are one of them. We have heavy metals.
Lucky.
If this was a gas planet, we might not have been able to form here, or maybe a different type of life would have formed. Sending so much love, Ian.
Well, thanks so much, Ian.
And he's sending a laughing, hugging, sending so much love. Mwah. Yes, and actually, no, it's been a while, James.
Ian Davenport is completely badass.
Ian Davenport. But yes, we are skeptic and ranting on Christian versus atheist. Someone lied, and James, it's a very rocky subject
They
tonight.
both can't be right. That used to be one of Kent's lines. Oh, these things say different things. They both can't be right. One is lying. No, one is lying.
Yes, and he is making. We can curse on this. Where he's making bullshit campaigns. What's up, Ember? Sending so much love. Oh, thank you so much, Ian.
Good day, Ember. Good to see Ember. Oh, Gizmo, rest in peace.
But sending so much love. He really was a good boy.
He was the best. He was the best. Yeah. Hard to believe it's been since February.
Yeah. Time has been a very
He
weird
was
thing.
the best producer ever, yeah.
He was
There'll
the
never
best
be a replacement
producer.
for him. He's like how
He
North
kept me in
Korea
line.
has the eternal president, so he could be eternal producer.
Eternal producer for life. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this. I support this. All right, let's go. I mean, he is a con artist. I seriously, I mean, he
Matt
has
Powell?
to think of these type of arguments. Yes, because it's not us who have to. James, there was not once that I ever thought that rocks could conceive, and yet the argument is that this is what you believe, James.
Well, the Bible says they bring forth. I've never seen a rock bring forth anything.
Yep. But
I spend hours a day watching the squirrels and chipmunks in the trees bring forth. They always have baby squirrels. I have hours of video footage of it. Would you like to see?
I
could get it to you on I could get it to you on a USB stick or a 3x5 floppy for like $80.
But that is, I know. It's not only do I have a DVD,
A
but
VHS tape.
it comes along with a lovely PowerPoint presentation. You can,
VHS tape, a laser disc we sell.
But the other misconception is we're looking for the missing link, James. We're looking for the missing species, and yet we're all. Hey, look! I can't say this words too much, but
All
we're a
species
transitional
are
species.
They all are. They're all transitional.
By the way, things that we're not allowed to say on this channel. Okay, transitional, transportation, transform.
What they really mean is like, well, you need to give me an exact evolutionary history of how every single trait on every single animal evolved. Tell me how it all happened. We can't do that because we don't have a complete record. But we can tell you a lot of it. We can tell you a lot of it, and
not only
can
it tell
works for
a lot.
that. It works. It's explanatory.
But we can actually explain things. Science gives an explanatory methodology through going out, developing hypotheses, going out in the field, having it peer reviewed after we've collected research. I always ask, what's the last thing that religion has given us? And except for lots of wars, and they'll bring up the morality, thing. But we could talk about.
I mean, they make nice furniture in Pennsylvania, don't they?
Oh my goodness! Okay,
Yeah.
that's the last thing we'll talk about, and then I'll hit play. But I had my running joke with the Amish is they're the only acceptable cult to us because they make nice furniture. We're like, it's the Amish. Of course, they don't really like that their people leave their society and they live as if it's the 1800s. But they make great furniture. Have you tried their fudge? And let me tell you, James, I'm not hating.
Their food is good too.
I'd buy their furniture.
I mean, it's made with natural ingredients, probably good, but probably
it is just funny that the difference between Mormonism and the Amish.
They had
just
davegar.
One of them. Listen. It's just they got better marketing. Okay, one of them goes door to door, annoying you. The other, fantastic carpentry, great recipe. Don't know what to do. Okay,
It's
I'm
like
done.
The
I'm done.
Mormon. It's like the Mormon missionaries at work. I saw one of them was talking to one of my assistant managers at work, and she was chatting him up, and I saw that she had like a name tag on. I said, "Oh, she wants to have like 12 Mormon babies with you." Like, she does. She's ready
just
for you to
riling
put
up
that
the-
magical Mormon underwear, and she gonna convert you to Mormonism.
Yes. It not only protects, but apparently it gets you ready for the thousands of babies you're about to have. Davegar, I will say, and I'm probably giving away too, but I grew up in Bucks County. I am I am so the Amish were a thing going up past Hershey Park, and oh my goodness, sending so
Philly
much
games.
love. Oh my goodness. I'd say here's the thing. Even though I had a bat mitzvah, James, I have never in my life heard my father say a single religious thing his entire life. Can I tell you what God he prays to? Because you already said it.
Yeah, the Phillies.
The Phillies, the Eagles, maybe
There you
the
go.
Flyers, but he is
76ers.
yes, the 76ers. That is the God that he prays to. He has a good or bad day, depending on how they do.
Oh, bless my stick, oh holy Willie Moscone.
Dribble. Oh, all right. All right. I said it's the end of the rant and go.
Create on purpose somehow created itself by chance, and then when it was raining for 2 million years.
God. Okay. Chance. They love that word chance because again, we could understand. Maybe we could try to figure out in a charitable way, and yet you don't hear atheists normally say that. That's not our lingo.
There is no actual chance in nature. Nature
very
is governed by
deterministic.
laws of physics, right?
Yes.
That's not chance. It's
Like-
very deterministic.
Like I can only imagine in like colloquial conversation, how'd your day? Oh, it wasn't a good day or something. And I'm trying to think how to, luck sometimes. Luck isn't an actual.
Because
Rachel.
you think the Earth just
Right,
by
Rubiks.
chance goes around the sun and maintains its orbit by chance? Well, no, it's not by chance. It's following the laws of physics.
Yeah.
That's it. Gravity, mass, inertia.
Gravity, mass, just spinning, and it will eventually, it's slowly, but billions of years. Actually, it'll probably red giant before that actually happens, but
Most likely.
that's okay.
Years, it eroded the rocks to a point where multicellular life would now be able to use those chemical compounds to survive. That is what evolution teaches. That is
All right. I had to hold it in.
We still
'Cause
use those compounds to survive.
Yes. Not only do we use these compounds to survive, but another thing that he mistakes is the difference between multicellular and single cellular life is that when life arose, it was single cellular. And it wasn't that rocks gave birth to babies. It was that single-celled organisms existed for billions of years until there was a symbiotic relationship with mitochondria.
Oh, the organelles, yeah, how they formed and became absorbed and worked together.
Exactly. Basically allowed us to, create much bigger organisms from the powerhouse of energy. And because of the organelles, focus on other things.
chemical evolution. That is the fundamental of the theory.
I'd have to read that again. I did read it once, but I'd have to read that again to make sure.
No. This again, and I get it because this is also what happens is they try to spring a scientific journal. I'm sure this debater is a lovely person, but this is dishonest. It's not that this paper is a bad paper. I'm sure if we reviewed it, It's perfectly
Right.
fine.
Being
He is
misused.
misusing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Almost
He's
jinx.
abusing
Exactly.
the paper. He's abusing.
I mean, I feel like they would be insulted if they knew a creationist was using their paper to defend young Earth creationism.
Like they have to put that in the headers. By the way, young Earth creationism is BS. Nonsense. Yes. Do not use
in every
this paper
biology
to support your religious stupidity.
And I also dislike that they often try and use, and again, this is no offense to the specific paper. This is just the world that we live in. But they often try to use, maybe not clickbait, but how about we'll say a catchy title. And like, hey, did you know that limestone had an important part in us being alive? And then they're like, look, rocks are why we're alive. And we're like,
we came from, limestone having a role does not mean you came from limestone.
It doesn't mean that the limestone birthed other limestones. Exactly.
Right. And they know that they're intentionally trying to mislead.
Exactly.
And
this whole video is really about him being insecure about being called a liar. And yet he's being dishonest. Like, I don't know if that's the word you want to use is lying, but yes, you are being a disingenuous,
not arguing
bad
good
faith.
faith.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a bad faith.
Life, we're already on this planet, though.
What's that?
Some of the ingredients were already on this planet.
Yes, but the ingredients for life would not have assembled themselves if it weren't for the heavy metal elements that came out of the granite rock when it was being rained on for 2 million years, according to the model.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Also, life would have, again, it's not multicellular.
So single life.
Yep. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, so single-celled organisms could exist without it, but multicellular organisms, according to evolution, could not have existed, according to this paper, could not have existed unless these heavy metal elements were eroded from the rock.
And but you notice he tries to act like life came from rocks giving birth to babies. But James, I don't know.
Not minerals from the rocks being used to incorporate it into life.
But I don't know if
beets are very high in iron, but beets are not rocks. They are not rocks. They may taste like dirt, but they are not rocks.
And in fact, beets are made of carbon, but it would be a misnomer to call a beet a rock. Like,
I wouldn't use it to light your barbecue grill either.
Yes.
Rocks. So when you come on here and say nobody believes, or when you get on your channel, nobody believes that we came from rocks, that's just a lie. You're just hearing that from other atheist YouTubers, because this is what evolution.
Picture of a rock up top.
Evolution
Brett Keane would do that.
Oh my god, it's just funny because they make it seem it's sour grapes. Like, I'm not triggered, you're triggered.
Of rock, and then it rained on the rocks for millions of years, and out of that soup came me and you.
What happened was that we had a molten planet where we had liquid water that either formed from, could have been a variety of sources, from comets,
asteroid impacts,
asteroids impacts, and eventually, when we had these deep reservoirs, you start to get hypothermal vents where you're pumping energy into what is now liquid water, and you're able to start forming these simple, self-replicating molecules.
But the oceans are, I guess, actually made out of rock. The oceans are rock. You go swimming in the rocks of the ocean because there's minerals in the water.
And what happened, James, is the rock went into 9 months of labor and then gave birth to a beautiful baby boy rock.
I mean, there's gold in seawater. You could theoretically filter it out. It would cost spend more money filtering than you would actually get from the gold, but it is in there. No one's ever been able to figure out how to extract it economically.
James, are we made of gold? Or you say it's like that's what I mean. We're made of a very specific rock. That's why it sounds silly. We're not made of diamonds, though. We actually diamonds are a form of carbon, and so that is also interesting to think about how carbon can be manipulated into different things. It's also the other thing that's weird to think about. There's a reason we call it fossil fuel. It's weird to think that we can't come from that when if you smush us hard enough, we kind of become that again. Not to get gory, but Matt Powell.
Over generations and variations, that is what evolution teaches then, is that we evolved from rocks, that we descended from the chemical elements contained in these rocks.
Okay, yeah, we have
that's
those
more
elements
like
in it. Like when you take a multivitamin, that's there's
Not
a
a
bunch
rock.
of minerals in there. You understand that? Yeah, it's not. Well, it is just him trying to shame people with the word rock in literally the same way that Ken Hoven tries to shame people with the word amoeba, which is a weird example of all the things to pick. Or a protista. Yes.
Protista.
Yeah. We're related to a protista.
Are you related to a protista, Amy?
Are you related to a pineapple, a banana? Yes, though that's the sexual reproductive organ of the plant, but we are related to the plant. Yes.
A strawberry?
Strawberry? Yeah. Believe it or not. That's actually why we can eat the food. Do we understand that?
Yeah. Like the banana man, God designed the banana that way so that it's perfect. It's got the nice curvature. It's nice and curved. What else can you hold in your hand, Amy, that's nice and curved? It's convenient for angling to the mouth.
I can't think of anything on the tip of my tongue, James. On the tip of my tongue.
It's perfect for angling in the direction of the mouth.
Oh my goodness. And also, not to bring this up, but does anyone else think that it looks like Matt Powell's wearing blush here? He's probably not, and I'll show it to you further when he gets on a larger screen. But he probably just has rosy cheeks.
So that is the model.
We had like deep contemplation for a second as this man was trying to digest the
silliness,
credible scientific argument that is, as James said, trying to be used for a very ridiculous argument.
I'll have to read up on that because I didn't anticipate that question.
I'm not trying to be.
Yes, in fact, in fairness, I knew what this subject was incoming, and so I guess if I was asked for the first time, do rocks conceive, and then tried to bring up a scientific argument that showed why limestone was important for multicellular organ. It's just such dishonesty.
On you, Mr. Jones. But isn't it kind of not a good thing to get on video and to bash me and say Matt Powell's a liar? He's just making all this stuff up.
He is.
Yeah, it's actually a great thing to do so.
Keep doing it.
Disgusting when I have sources for everything that I brought forth today.
Do you though? What exactly is your? You didn't bring up a scientific paper that said the rock conceived baby rocks. I'm waiting for that one.
Sources for literally every claim that you said I've lied about.
This is what I mean.
Well, out of context and misleading quote mining, and you've got lots of that. But can you feel how personal this is for him? I mean, I know I'm armchair psychologizing, but come on. It might be just an act. This is performance art.
That is true. Yeah, that is part of the shtick.
Trying to act all indignant.
Forward for. So I would just encourage you to make sure to do research before you jump onto this.
Matt Powell's encouraging people to do research.
Yes, indeed. And I don't know this gentleman. I don't know what his academic background, but if he does have some sort of master's or higher level, I don't need master, bachelor's or higher level, or any a higher level degree, it is probably an irony, because this is what they do: is they try to lecture biologists and physicists, and
well, they throw these like curveball, like crazy things at them that you would never hear anywhere else, and then they gauge the response like, "Oh, look, they're speechless. They don't know what to say." Well, yeah, because no one else has said something that dumb before, so they have to assimilate and process it before they can figure out what the fuck you're actually talking about.
Other thing, if you're talking to a biologist and you ask them, "How do rocks conceive?" I feel like they too would have to just go, "Oh,
I'm just imagining that the billboard picture of Bill Clinton with his one hand he's got a hole and the other finger is pushing it into the hole. Sex ed by Bill Clinton.
Are you trying to ask if the rocks and then they?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Well, when a mommy rock really loves a daddy rock,
for making a certain claim that has been verified in this discussion, because it is a true claim. This is the model.
What is true?
What is true?
The rock thing, no, I don't believe for 1 second, no, because I think you're oversimplifying.
Yeah, exactly.
You said on video that a rock. You said on video. You said on video that a rock.
I mean, yeah, you did read from the paper, but then you went back into your nonsense arguments.
He's oversimplifying it by a mile.
By a mile.
What I said was...
Can you tell me how a rock conceives?
Please.
Can you say that again? I can barely hear you. Are you asking me about
babies?
You said on video a rock. They believe. You're exactly right.
I didn't hear you.
I believe a rock conceived.
You're right. That is
correct. Tell me how you tell me how a rock can conceive.
I don't believe it can conceive.
But you said it did.
But no, your model is claiming that it did because it rained.
No. You said it did
on the rock. In the rock, within that rock, heavy elements came out, and then we evolved from those heavy elements. That means that we were conceived from rocks. It's not hard to figure out.
This is the other thing, James.
No.
Like, they've been, and I don't know who Matt has debated, but I know Ken has debated some of, decent biologists, and they're taught, and I do use that word, they are educated by them to a certain degree that they either have to be willfully ignorant or con artists, right? It has to be one of the other.
Yeah. Willfully ignorant, dumb on purpose.
It's a total misrepresentation. You're trying to oversimplify things, and it's ridiculous.
It is not a misrepresentation.
It is complete misrepresentation. You said a rock conceived. How does a rock conceive?
Then let the viewers decide.
Please tell us, Maddie. Oh, let the viewers decide. You're not going to give us some more evidence?
Viewers can pull up the article for themselves that says in the title of
I'll pull it up myself,
you owe your life to a rock. That's the
I'll read the bit. But I'm asking you right now,
again, you're just using the word rock as like an insult term, as if your doctor was like, listen, Mr. Powell, I hate to be the one to tell you, but it is my job to inform you that you are indeed low in iron. Or is he now going to sit there, look the doctor in the face, and be like, a rock? You think I'm going to eat a rock? James, these doctors, they think they know everything.
I mean, so then the doctor will probably come in with a bag and hook up an iron infusion into your IV line. Is that rocks? They're literally putting rocks into your blood?
Into my blood? Oh, God.
Grinding up pebbles of rocks and just cramming them into your IV? No.
That's how it works, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Probably.
Does a rock conceive?
You tell me. I don't believe that
What,
it did.
what does it say in the paper that a rock conceived? What does it say in the theory of evolution that a rock conceived?
At this point, we're just arguing hermeneutics. You're moving the goalposts.
No, we're not, because conceive is a very specific thing. Not to be, I mean, James, somehow it really does always come back to this question. Not to be the what's a woman person, but like it's a multicellular organism that has a baby. Their bacteria don't conceive. Viruses don't go into labor.
I'm not moving the goalposts at all. I'm not moving the goalposts at all.
I've explained.
You mentioned rocks.
You on this many times.
Gentlemen, let's relax. Let's try to do it one at a time.
Oh, thank you, Brett, coming into fucking.
That's fair enough.
Coming into.
You mentioned rocks.
Nice.
Rock conceived on one of your videos.
Good. Okay, I'm not crazy. Okay. Like, and again, I feel like I'm very on it. I'm not saying it's a bad look. It's just I know blush when I see it.
It's got a little bit of blush, yeah.
It just, yeah.
To look like a nice, innocent little boy, like helping old ladies with their groceries. Little Maddie Powell.
That's right.
You give little Maddie Powell
Across
50
the
cents for
street.
helping the elderly across the street put their groceries away.
Yes, I will say, yeah, I know music by Brian, exactly. Apparently, it's like the banana video. When I first saw, what's it called? What's banana
Ray Comfort.
names? Ray Comfort actually have that video. I really did. I had to take a moment. Like, this person cannot be a real person trying to convince people of the things that they are saying. And yes, they are. And so,
You said that this is the theory of evolution. This is what it teaches. A rock conceived. You tell me where in the theory of evolution does it say a rock conceived?
Yes, please.
The reason that we know that according to evolution, a rock would have conceived is because, and I've explained this many times. I'm going to explain it one more time.
No, you haven't.
Yeah,
because
no,
these
you have
heavy
not.
chemical elements that were contained in the rocks were rained on and were eroded out of the rocks. And then those heavy chemical elements,
thus making them no longer rocks,
made our life possible. So,
yeah, which made multicellular life possible. Okay, they contributed. Fantastic. And this disproves evolution.
They used them.
How?
We still do. We still use them.
Yeah,
yes, the title of the article.
What's going on today is the same exact thing that's always happened. This is like what Christians say, like that all this. No, what's happening today is the exact same stuff that happened before. It's just matter and energy obeying the laws of physics. So that's it. That's it. Nothing else happens. Nothing else could happen.
we live in a deterministic universe. That being said, we live as if we don't. I feel like I choose to order pizza, and that's okay.
We have to. We have no choice.
Can I tell you the weird thing, James? When I explain this, the theists often come at me with weird nihilistic vibes, and that like why should you even exist? Why don't you end it all? And you're like, dude, because the pizza tastes pretty good. Like I find
we like existing.
We like existing, exactly. And we don't know where the universe is going to go. Just because that is the way that the chemical reactions have been set doesn't mean that we don't love our family, friends, and we don't have a good time doing the activities that we like. It's weird, James, because in accepting the fact that it is basically deterministic and yet we have to act as if we have choices, I feel weirdly less nihilistic than, I swear, all of these other theists that come at me with like, well, maybe it's just a test and we should be living our entire life as if there could be this test. And it's like, yeah, I'd rather just be a good person.
Well, I mean, leaning like yeah. Honestly, yeah. At the heat death of the universe, yeah. Everything we ever did, none of it will matter. Nothing will matter at the end, and that's okay. That's reality. Yeah. Nothing we do, nothing we think or care about will matter. That's
nonetheless, I still like waking up in the morning and doing what I do.
You still
I feel like I'm making a difference in the world.
Throwing an entire pound of bacon in the frying pan and
oh my God,
getting your cup of coffee and seeing the femboy strut out in his cute little skirt. You still enjoy seeing that, and yeah,
it's a good life.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. And nonetheless, it's weird because they, in telling us, and you the amount of times that I've been told that I'm the one that's confused, James, they often seem very insecure and confused about their place in the universe. Now, again,
they are
not everyone confused. Is like that, but
they have two kinds of confusion. They have one general confusion. They are constantly confused. And one is like playing dumb when they pretend to be confused about things that they know full well. Yeah.
Well, and I really do think that he is in some ways, maybe not playing dumb.
Yeah.
It's not the right word, but
respect,
sending so much rub. And I was thinking there are many theists out there that are good-hearted.
Good guy.
And not just because you gave me $5. Sending so much love.
No, he's always been respectful and polite when he's came on.
Jesus love you too, and
engages
so do I. Well, that is it's a funny thing that you say that Jesus love, because I know James is a mythicist, but even if it's how he's written, or Jesus said some okay things. I'm okay with people. I know that there's some labels. If you go far enough, they just say Jesus follower, and
slave.
And
of
I'm
Christ.
okay with that. Slave. Well, yes. That is always an interesting concept to me as well, though. Calling yourself
slave, yeah, God's slave.
Because that word gets reoriented in the same way that it does. I mean,
something
we're just
beautiful
speaking about femboys, but it becomes almost like a BDSM.
Yeah. It becomes something beautiful.
It's
beautiful to be a slave to God.
Exactly.
But Davegar, you're absolutely right. That's what I think Neil deGrasse Tyson said. The thing about if you live forever, why would you ever want to get out of bed and do anything? You've got fucking forever to do it. There's no immediacy. There's no urgency. You've got literally forever. But the fact that we don't have forever, the fact that we do have finite time, forces us to use the time more wisely than if we had unlimited amount of time.
And not
like if God existed forever, why would he ever fucking do anything? Why?
Oh, I don't understand God's consciousness at all, because it would be 365, 24/7, but also everything in the past, everything in the future. That's a whole discussion in and of itself, because it reworks everything I know about consciousness. Truly everything. Nonetheless, I'm sending so much love to you, empathy,
Thanks,
and
Richard.
respect. To just bring it back to tie it back to theist and evolution at the same time. The odd thing about evolution is the language that I use. I often will say, everyone out there is my brother and my sister. And I know sometimes that is seen as a religious usage of language, but I mean it as we are all related. We are all truly connected. We are all family, brothers and sisters in one way and each other. We should love each other. And I don't think we need a religion to do that, but I'm sending so much love out to empathy, respect, everybody, our theist brothers and sisters out there. And yeah. And all right, James, we're going to land the plane, and then we'll open it up for an open mic. Well, only if someone probably disagrees with us will we be on there long, because I promised Rachel we were going to watch a movie at the end of tonight. So, but we're going to land this plane, and then I do want to open up to the open mic. I am going to follow through. I know I'm doing like a mid-podcast announcement, but I told James this. I had an idea. I am going to make midday ranting. We have midnight ranting. I'm going to make midday ranting because I need more ranting. We want more open mics. Get people back on there. There's a plane. There's a $400 million plane. I'm just kidding. We're not going back into politics. Sponsored by Qatar. We are talking Christian versus atheist. Someone lied.
The pretzels are better on the plane. The airline pretzels are
the airline pretzels. Exactly. Better mustard.
You owe your life to a rock, and that is what they are saying. They say, "Thank goodness for granted, we wouldn't be here." They're saying we descended from rocks. They're saying that life came out via spontaneous generation, that's
negative.
Been
Everything
disproven
just wrong
for hundreds of years. But okay, pull that out of nowhere. That was spontaneously generated.
Oh, the landing gear is out. Trust her. She's got the landing gear ready.
No, I've been craving it. I'm gonna come on. I'm just gonna come on, log on, and do more streams. I'm gonna do more where I just come on here and fight with random people. I'm going to rope James into more. James is like saying, "Bitch, you have been talking about this like you're trying to catch the fucking. You're a dog trying to catch the mailman," but it's bubbling over. And if I don't do more content, I am gonna go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and then they're gonna sue me for copyright.
4chan is not very productive.
And again, I love being able to be part of chat communities, and yet I feel like being able to talk with this chat and all of you and create content is just been even more cathartic. And being here with you, James, and all right, let's continue on.
You said that the RNA world was a good mechanism to rely on. That's the one that I personally buy into, is the RNA world hypothesis.
Me too.
Which I debunked about 30 minutes ago.
You have not debunked the RNA.
We must have missed that conversation, James. It was probably right before this.
It's not 100%, but the RNA world does get us a good chunk of the way there. It's not the whole story, but it's definitely part of the story.
It is also just funny because, again, they bash on what is probably a very, like you said, it's probably the most popular current hypothesis that I probably,
nobody
out
says
there.
It's complete. Nobody says they know everything.
The alternative is God spoke it.
Poof.
Sunlight and water destroys DNA. So how is life?
No, it doesn't. It's another thing I looked up while preparing for this video. Sunlight can degrade over time the UV rays, but no, just being in the sun doesn't make DNA explode.
Going to assemble itself in sunlight and water on rocks. Explain that to me.
Well, so water is a great solvent. That's part of the reason why life was possibly able to form.
Water destroys DNA, but our bodies are mostly water.
Yes. No, James, you don't understand.
Lots of DNA.
I have a very rare disease. I am allergic to water. I don't know how I exist right now. We're going to figure that out in later podcasts.
Well, I still haven't had an answer about how a rock conceived. What does it say?
I've answered you 3 times.
No,
Really
you didn't.
3 times on this.
No, you didn't. How does a rock conceive? How does a rock produce an egg?
Mr. Jones, I'm not going to answer you again. I will say
How does a rock produce an egg?
Great song, by the way, Mr. Jones.
How does a rock produce sperm? How does a rock reproduce?
A rock.
How does it reproduce?
A rock conceived RNA via erosion.
I don't know. RNA possibly is made of rocks and minerals. Again, we are a carbon-based life form. And one day... go.
I was just going to say, there are probably several steps before we even got to RNA.
I know. it's just silly because it doesn't matter how far back you go, James. They're always going to ask what the next, because that is that. Sometimes I don't even think they're listening to what we say. They're just waiting until they hit like the bottom where we go, well, we don't know. We're still working on that. And then they go, aha! That is kind of what they're waiting for. Yes, that's where God, he's hiding right there. Yeah. Mr. Jones strikes up a conversation. It is a great song.
They had a few other decent ones, but yeah, that was their big one.
Of the granite, erosion of the chemicals, the heavy elements in this article.
Chemicals.
I'm sorry. Heavy elements is in quotations? You don't believe in heavy elements now? The chemicals? I know. Okay. I miss you too, Empathy, and everybody. Jester, Davegar, Incher, everybody out there. Ian, sending so much love.
They are Empathy. Thank you for your empathy for Amy.
That were eroded, that somehow...
One of my favorite emotions, by the way. I'm an empathy fan.
Yeah.
But somehow assembled themselves in sunlight and water, the very thing.
An empathetic atheist. It's one of my, and every atheist has their own, for better or for worse, model of morality. What's that? Yes.
The empathetic atheist who's now the incarcerated Muslim.
That's right. That's what he called himself. I forgot.
The empathetic atheist, yeah. Yay.
He's one of them that I'm okay with letting go. I was upset at the time, and then
you'll never convert him. Yeah, he's
what?
A lost cause.
I think. I mean,
I
don't want to get too edgy. Too edgy.
Yeah.
We're talking rock jokes, but he did choose a very not random religion for a
Muhammad
random crime.
Relationships, yeah.
And I know that's the easy. I feel like if a Muslim hears us make that comment, it's the easy whatever.
But this guy was an atheist, up until he got mixed up with doing some inappropriate things with his pee, and then he suddenly became a Muslim.
And nothing keeps you safer in jail than religion. The whole system. But
that destroys DNA. You should be able to just say, okay, you know what? Sunlight and water destroys DNA. I'm throwing it out.
No, they don't.
But you'll still sit here and argue, well, why are you saying a rock conceived? I'm not saying a rock conceived.
James, was that not half this podcast was him saying a rock conceives? That's what I mean about the dishonesty. And dare I say it, to be as trendy as possible. Gaslighting, yes?
Well, because he's saying that we think life came from rocks. So how does evolution say that? In evolution, how does a rock produce life? Because he's telling us about what we believe, our theory. He doesn't understand it, but he's telling us that's what it says.
Yes. In essence, he's doing a loaded claim and then asking us to prove it or give evidence, if I'm using the correct terminology. And yet, that's not what we believe. Rocks don't conceive. That is a multicellular thing that the only way that you could frame it that say that rocks can conceive is that you could see that we are carbon-based life forms. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say, to just put this in focus, the one other rock that we are looking at that has potential for one day possibly being life. Could you just guess, James? One element out of any? I'll give you a hint. It's a very computer element.
Silica? Yeah, silicone. Basically. Yeah.
And so to think that,
there could be alien life based on silica. It would be very different
make silicone
from
life
carbon-based life. Yeah, it could be very different. Oh, there was a Star Trek Next Generation episode about that, silicate life.
I mean, I think it's, at this point, culturally, we've seen enough different TV shows and read enough books to understand that it's just silly to think Carbon, silicone.
Wow.
These are the things that
Oh.
life comes from. Yeah, they are on some level rocks, minerals. Ooh.
I've only read one book. I read that book every day.
It's a very good
you
book.
ever need to read. Yeah, it's the only book you ever need to read. You go to all the hotel rooms except the ones Amy Newman's been in. You'll find a copy there.
And James, I know what book you're referring to, and that is the Everything I Needed to Know I Learned from Betty White book, right? I assume that's what you're talking about. That's the good book. Oh no. Okay, it's the Bible. Okay. I mean, either of these could have been the one, but can I tell you what's great about this book? I bought it in a Cracker Barrel before Cracker Barrel had like a thing. I love Cracker Barrel. I'm continuing to go there. It's just funny that whatever.
Oh, Hard Choices, 2014 by Hillary Clinton. There you go.
Oh,
Hard Choices, 2014, Hillary Clinton.
Oh, her book. Oh man, no, everyone. I'm not very happy with Kamala doing her shtick now. But whatever, there's already so much chaos anyway. But still happy I voted for her. Still happy I've given the choices. We never did name him. I feel like he's Voldemort because that's what he wants us to do is talk about him. Sending so much love to Empathy.
Pete Hegseth.
Oh, DUI. He is a DUI hire. I'm just sending so much love. I shouldn't bring up politics while I have Empathy's question. Give me 1 second. We'll talk about Voldemort.
I'll give you a second.
Amy, weird, but I do wish I had your hair. And can I tell you this? I'll tell you this, Empathy. I'll continue to say this. It's the normal people you gotta look out for. Counting Crows does raw. You saw them in college graduation. Come on channel again. I would love to come on your channel again. That sounded inappropriate. I would love to join you on your channel.
Yeah, Jester. Yeah, it does sound like Bill's.
And thank you for the compliment.
But thank you so much, Empathy.
Yes, and thank you so much for that. I do have to do another spin just because. Yes.
Oh, believe it or not, Amy, it's October, and then almost time for your Halloween special. She always dresses up for Halloween.
I do like dressing up for Halloween. Listen, it's the only day that cosplay is not considered nerdy, okay? Sending so much love, empathy, and respect, and we are going to land on the strip. Here we go. I feel like I had something, but then I forget what it was. So we're going to continue forward.
October, yeah, there you go, David.
I was at Arizona State University, and I interviewed them. And in fact, I could show you the interviews of them saying, "Yeah, we believe we came from rocks."
Oh, please do a video about it.
There you go. Yes, please do.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. So everyone can see how full of shit you are.
Evolution.
Yo, Aron just keeps on getting dropped in here like a bomb. I didn't quite hear it either. I just couldn't help it because it's like he sees Aron Ra in his dreams.
The creationists constantly misrepresent evolution.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That could be the theme of this episode. Yeah. We could change the title of this video to Creationist Misrepresents Evolution.
I mean,
wouldn't miss a darn thing.
Yeah, that's true. They put it. They have Aron come in saying something very reasonable and true, like it's some kind of gotcha. Like,
gotcha.
No, that's absolutely, that's the absolute truth.
Great
summation. They work hard to not understand evolution.
It does feel that way.
You have to try to not get it as badly as they do.
Simple things through a chemical reaction, slowly become more complex over time? Yeah, that does make sense. Ooh.
And the same thing with when he says, to this day, despite everybody correcting him, he still says that, well, you believe, evolutionists believe we came from a rock, except that no evolutionist ever believed that. Nobody, not one, not ever.
Yes. No person who believes in evolution would ever frame it in the way that Matt Powell has been doing.
So sloppy. It's so sloppy and bass-backwards.
Almost foreign. Can you imagine someone asking you, when did you, James, you have a lovely, your porch, it has lovely rocks in front of it. Did you birth them? Were they birthed? Did they give birth to the other little rocks?
The Bible says they bring forth after their kind, so it would have to come from the rock kind.
That's true, right? It came from other rock kinds.
Rocks produce rocks. The dogs produce dogs. Rocks produce rocks. You can't mix a rock and a horse. It's not going to make anything.
It does actually become a rock horse.
Remember the time when I told Kent, like, he's like, dogs, they only look to have sex with, they only look to other dogs to breed. Like, Kent, you've never encountered a horny dog before.
Oh my goodness.
Who wants to hump your leg like it's another dog.
Have I told you this before? Now? I mean, I will say, and I mean, I'm sending love to my parents, but our joke is between my brother and I that, my parents have a transgender dog because she is a female dog who tries to hump your leg.
Yeah.
Sending so much love. The earth is a rock and we're here. We came from a rock. We are indeed the third rock from the sun. Thank you so much, Jester. Don't you come after my kidney stone children.
My sister gets those. It's horrible.
My brother does. I know.
Yeah, she's gotten those since she was like 15.
But yeah, apparently, James, maybe that's the answer. That's where they come from. That's how you give birth to baby stones. That's a difficult way to give. Well, I guess there is no easy way to give birth. Well, actually, there is. It's called a C-section. You need science for that. But, sending so much love, Jester.
Thanks, Jester.
Yeah, this is a ridiculous argument. I guess we are, at the point of having kidney stone children. Yes.
Yeah. So he says we all do. Nobody ever did. This is just a lie he always tells and cannot correct.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, indeed.
Materials that eventually formed this organic matter that formed into what we consider life came from the water hitting the rock and the surface of the earth.
Nobody believes we came from a rock, yet the materials that eventually formed into life came from the rock.
Okay, here he is, full pictured.
That
I asked you to judge those cheeks. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
By water on the surface of the earth.
You
the
get
fact
some color in your cheeks.
That they believe that life descended from rocks should tell us that we should boldly defend our faith and stand up for Jesus.
Here we go. See, you gotta wait, James. You gotta Xenu them. Like, he broke character that one time.
Yeah.
But you can't be. Listen, just because he's a Christian apologist and his entire motive is to convert you to Jesus, doesn't mean you say that in the first. Well, the vast majority of the video.
Ken used to say that. He used to do that right in the beginning. Like, I'm kind of hoping I'm a Bible-believing Christian. I'm going to get all you converted today. At least I'm warning you in time. We're going to get you converted too, Amy.
Yep, I'm going to get you converted.
And what we believe in.
What I've noticed about Matt Powell in particular, because I've made more videos about Matt than I have about Ken, is that whenever Matt says something and I think, right, that's clearly a load of crap, so let me find out exactly what it should be. Whenever he says anything, I can almost always only find any reference to that thing he cited on a creationist science website.
Yeah, that sounds probably accurate. The difference is
One of
here
Ken
is
Hogan
that,
slides.
yeah, is that you just showed an actual accurate experiment and study, but you misrepresented it. So, like, yeah, it's
Misrepresented and quote
different,
mine.
subtly different from what that person was explaining. Still dishonest.
Quote mining and
I'm asking you,
misrepresentation.
right,
Exactly.
right now, how does a rock conceive?
You tell me. I don't believe that it did.
I find it intriguing how some of these
We do
guys that have a
not.
very
you
big
don't.
following,
No, you don't.
they will just make these blanket statements. Nobody believes we came from a rock.
Yeah,
Nobody believes that, Matt. When
Yeah, because even the article that you gave wasn't like, well, millions of years after the water rained down and there was limestone from the granite that broke away, it gave birth to other rocks. Doesn't say that.
And the rocks
No me
evolved.
gusta. Rocks evolved.
and you can just easily look it up.
In Pokemon, maybe.
They
but-
want to make believe this alternative reality.
It's like with Matt Powell.
James, I'm telling you, does Aron? I can't help but keep on harping. Right in his dreams, his nightmares, when he's brushing his teeth, Aron Ra is there.
Matt Powell, yeah. And Ken,
I'm pretty
too.
sure.
Probably has nightmares
Ken,
of
too.
Aron Ra, you know. Nightmares of that debate where he got drop kicked repeatedly by Aron Ra. Like, I don't know why they keep playing clips from that debate. That was a bloodbath.
Well, it's just like this.
It was horrible.
They somehow he thinks this is a good argument.
Yeah. It
I'm
only
convinced.
works if
You
you're
know.
if you're a young Earth creationist and you think
Yes,
evolution
if you're
is
already in the
stupid.
sauce.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the only people who, oh, you think you came from an ant. He thinks you came from an aardvark. You think you came from a orangutan. She thinks she's come from a spider. Well, we're all related to those, but yes, any animal you want to name, we're related.
Bring it on.
Any.
Any life form. Bring it
Bat,
on.
mole.
We are related.
Yeah. All the ones that we know of, at least that we are currently acknowledging, we're related to.
Any bacteria, fungi. Yep. Protista. Do a comeback, James.
Not amoeba. Not an amoeba.
Not an amoeba.
Like he's speaking nonsense.
You mentioned he's been corrected by so many different people. When has he ever said, okay, well, I was wrong about that?
No, he doesn't do that.
Change his position. Right, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's
Doubles
corrected
down.
about the same thing over and over and over again and keep repeating it.
Yes. It doesn't say space rocks conceived other rocks on Earth. Space rock gives birth to other rocks on Earth.
Right. Ingredients for life in space rocks, not they are space rocks.
Yes, exactly.
What he knows to be wrong. They're not interested in truth. They know that. Matt Powell's a professional.
Yeah. Rocks, minerals, carbon. That's really it. What I would have him do is every time that he said the word rock, I really would have him replace it with the very specific rock he's talking about.
Liar. He knows everything he says is wrong.
Yep.
He doesn't care. It's a make-believe thing.
Yep. I appreciate the Google eyes. Like I said, we tried to start this off with something we agreed on, which is prop comedy. Somehow us and Carrot Top thinks it's funny. And so, yeah. James, what do you think? Are you convinced? What's up,
I'm very
Sinister?
I'm so convinced.
Perfect. If you want to join for the, we're going to do about 15, 20 minutes
take,
of open mic. And unless a young Earth creationist comes on, then we'll probably be on here till Tuesday.
I can only be on here for 8 days. That's my time limit.
Yes, only 8 days, and I can only do
have
this
8 days.
James, I have actually been preparing this by reading the Bible 18 hours a day. So that's good. But yes, we have been reading.
You want to hear my family, my wife? You want my wife to come on and tell you that I do read the Bible?
Yo, that was a hostage moment.
Yeah. Like, yeah, no, he really does. He's really that crazy.
But are we the crazy ones because we spent 11 hours? That was still worth it. To do it once, never again. We have been indeed.
He didn't get hard. I don't know if he followed him.
We have been indeed skeptic and ranting on Christian versus atheist. Someone lied. I am going to send love to Jester. Again, sending if rocks can't conceive. Who fathered Matt's kids? Do 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 do. I really don't understand how they formulate these arguments. Do they just sit there and like, they say the word rock a lot? Because I don't think it just comes out of nowhere, James. Just like banana. I couldn't have thought of the banana argument before he had said it. So Banana Man, Ray Comfort did. And yet they try and make these apologetic arguments. What's up, Victoria?
Maybe P. Diddy. Maybe he came up with it. I don't know.
Oh my God. He single-handedly kept the lotion business and in profit.
Maybe
anyway,
I don't know.
Sending so much love to Jester, sending so much love to everyone out there. In a moment, we are going to tread on rocky water. I just like my puns tonight. Actually, who doesn't every night? And we're going to have our open mic. In fact, I'll open it while, or I'll send the link out while I be right back for a moment. And James will rant for possibly a few minutes more.
I'll do my best.
Yes, indeedy. All right. If you would like to...
That's a good point there, Ember. That you make.
All right. I'm setting the timer. That's what we're looking for. Reasonable discussions. I am. All right. Thank you so much.
Discussion with Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. I'm trying to remember what was the dude on there where Alex Jones once sounded sane. There's been so many crazy things.
That was Kanye West.
Kanye West.
Yeah,
oh my goodness, Kanye West.
Are we sure that Hitler was the bad guy? Yeah,
and Alex Jones was like, you're just trying to say they're trying to get you to say that, and you're just trying to get loud and attention. That's okay. You don't need to do that. He was like trying so hard to please, Kanye, please don't do this.
Please, you're just trolling us, Kanye. He's like, no, I'm not just trolling you. I really think maybe he wasn't the bad guy. No, he was bad.
He was also, wasn't he wearing a mask, like a full facial mask?
He has done the Joker before, Alex Jones. He has gotten, that's like 90. That's like 09.
No, I mean Kanye.
08.
I'm pretty sure Kanye wore a full.
Oh, I don't know.
A full
that
mask.
I don't know.
When he
Alex
was actually
Jones
announcing it.
When Obama was, oh yeah, he had something over his head. Yeah,
he had an entire black mask over his head with no facial.
But Alex Jones used to wear Joker mask, from the Heath Ledger Batman.
This is my favorite favorite Joker, still to this day. I'm probably, there's probably a mainstream opinion, but I am a basic witch.
I mean, he only he only did it the one time, and then he died right after, so it's kind of immortalized.
And it's just, he is just such a free-flowing Joker.
Jack Nicholson was a good Joker.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, he was a good one. That was the Batman 89 with Michael Keaton.
Have you seen the new Superman?
Negative. No. I haven't seen a Superman movie since 05. Yeah.
Well, it gets to be colorful again. Still sending love to to Snyder.
We probably have like 6 reboots since then. So
I don't know if it's a reboot. It oddly it starts as if it's not an origin story, which I like, which is good. It starts right as if
not a complete
he's been around. And it's also more colorful than Snyder. Sending love to everyone who loves Snyder. And he does, I like it that sometimes they take superhero movies more seriously. But I am a big James Gunn fan. So sending love. Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay,
He did a great portrayal of it.
Just the first movie.
Yeah.
Only the first movie. The second movie angered me. Angered me. Don't see the second movie.
I won't.
Don't see the second. I love Joaquin Phoenix, though. He's an amazing actor, and it's not his fault. The second movie was bad.
He's a great actor.
It was truly the script. I blame the script fault. It's not even Lady Gaga. Not even her fault. I just do not like.
Even Batman Forever.
I'll tell you, me and my roommate, and I say the roommate, the femboy, we said the same thing, which was like the whole movie was like it was waiting for something to happen, and then when nothing happened, you go, oh well, this really was this a movie? Was this?
Oh, that's like the first 2 seasons of Invasion on Apple TV. Like basically, almost nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Well, and not only that, season, I don't want to ruin it, but there's nothing to ruin because it's a horrible movie, and it. I'm paraphrasing, okay, James, but the movie basically ends. Spoiler alert, okay? If you need that kind of warning for Joker 2. But the movie ends with him basically saying, I'm not Joker, I'll never be Joker, he's never who I am. And, roll credits, basically. Paraphrasing a little bit.
Like when Luke chucked the lightsaber in Return in whatever, which one of those that was.
Only at the end, Luke dies, and it implies that there's no coming back from it. That should have been how it started. Is that I'm not Joker, I'll never be Joker, and then the movie focuses around him being Joker. That probably should have been the movie.
Most likely.
Again, sending love. It's not Joaquin Phoenix's fault. It's not Lady Gaga's fault. I completely blame the script. It wasn't wokeness or anything weird or, well, first of all, I am woke. I don't view that weird. But I don't mean it's blaming anything like that. It was just sometimes the movies hit, sometimes they don't. First one was great. Anyway, sending the link out here. And thus starting the timer. I'm going to be right back myself.
All right.
James, we have been skeptic and ranting on Christian versus atheists. Indeed, someone lied. I mean, it is funny to watch him, as you say, be triggered by Aron Ra.
Yeah, and it's so disingenuous because, I mean, they know the argument is ridiculous, but they love it. They can't help themselves. What else do they actually have to go on? Well, not much, because that's all they got. Anyhow, yeah, I saw that video today. I was looking for some videos to do a show. We wanted to come back. And that was like one of the first ones. And she loved it. So I was okay, we'll do it. Matt Powell. It's a new video. Just came out recently. So it's not old stuff that we're going after. This is what he's putting out today. Let's see how their arguments have not really evolved at all over the past decade or so, give or take. They're basically saying the same nonsense, the same shit, the same hills they want to die on. But that's it. They don't have anything. They don't do science. They don't have new papers. You know, they just have to misrepresent the same things that they've been misrepresenting, quote mine the same things they've been quote mining. And yeah, I guess there's a little bit of fatigue for that, even among YEC. They just don't seem as active as they used to be. I don't know. like a lot of the channels, they've kind of retreated into theology debates, not really waging the atheist versus theist or science versus religion. They just they want to retreat to theology where their ideas really won't be challenged at a fundamental level. Although even though we know that a lot of times they defend their internal battles get actually a lot more fierce sometimes than the battles with us. That's who, they really hate is the Christians who have a little bit different view on Christianity than they do, even though they all have different views and different doctrines, and they barely agree on anything. It said that you'll find that you go to a church and the person from the left and the pew to the right of you, they all have a slightly different version of Christianity, and that's true. Not only will they not agree on everything, but you will struggle to find anything that they actually totally agree on. When I say that, what I mean is that they may agree with something on a surface level. Once you start getting into the doctrine, you'll find divergences, subtle divergences, even within doctrines and beliefs that they have. They really are just all over the place. We haven't been on in a while. I know the political world blew up. Lots of things have been happening, and kind of distracts. You get a little distracted by that on some other avenues, but we're back. I do want to comment on. I saw a video today. I sent it to Amy, and it was really a sad video. It was a guy who brought a trans woman home from the club, from the bar. She was obviously a trans woman. She told him that, and I guess he didn't understand that or didn't fully comprehend that. And then when he got home, he decided that he was going to batter her, and and the police came out, and they did arrest the guy for battery. They asked the woman, if she wanted to go down to the police station and make a report. She's just been battered by somebody, and she did. You know what the officer did? The officer said, "Well, it's our policy. We have to handcuff you to drive you down to the station. You have a victim of a crime, someone who just got beat up, got hit by somebody who brought them home to their apartment, knowing who they were. They were upfront about it. They said, you have to be handcuffed for us to drive you down as a victim to the police station." Imagine that with a woman who's not trans. How would that go? That would, it's just so horrible. I just saw that today. I sent it to her, and it's so sad. Like that they just think that's normal, that we treat a victim like a criminal in essence because we do. Very, very, very horrible thing to see, and hopefully some of our departments will get a little bit more tolerant, a little bit more modern. But unfortunately, things like that probably will persist for the time being. This viewpoint of them not maybe as a legitimate victim, not as somebody deserving of sympathy and protection and common care. She wasn't doing anything wrong. The guy knew she was trans. If that's why I told Amy, I says, hey, when he starts partying and drinking, his sexuality gets a little bit more flexible, I think. And when that wears off, he might have been upset about that, but that's not her fault. That's him not being able to accept who he was or is.
Yep, sounds more like he got conflicted and took it out on her and was drunk and
But no
weird
excuse for
watching
the
him
police
answer
to behave
questions.
that way. No excuse for them not to treat a victim with proper empathy and compassion. Regardless of what you feel about gender or whatever.
And all right, I am going to we're going to go to open mic. We only have a few minutes too. I am gonna. All right.
I mean, sure,
just-
music, Brian, but
I'm gonna do
people
something
do
different.
It's what happens. People do it, and whether it's smart or not, okay, they still shouldn't get beat up about it.
Pay attention. So, I am going to just enter both. I'm trying to remember, Diesel. I think you disagree with us on something. You can tell me if I'm wrong. And then Sinister, I think she just, I most likely think she's going to agree with us. So we're going to just let everyone in because we're lower on time. But I am going to ask you, Diesel, to say your claim. You'll start us off. And then,
Buttercup?
Yes, it is. Because you're telling us you are on limited time. And you did come here first. So let's go into the open mic.
Actually, Amy, hi everyone. I just wanted to say real quick, Amy. I wonder if you would consider locks of love for me. Is that what it's called?
Locks of love? Oh, yeah, here. Gotcha.
No,
I wish.
Actually, Amy, I have to. Yeah, I have to leave because my daughter doesn't have any milk right now, so I got to run. But I just wanted to say that I hope you're doing well. That I know things are like getting a little bit rough for your group and America. So just wanted to let you know I'm thinking about you. And I'm a Christian. I may not agree with everything about you, or I don't agree about everything with myself, the things that I do. But I love you, and I just hope that you're well, Amy.
Thank you so
very
much.
kind,
I'm
Diesel.
sending that love right back to you, Diesel.
You guys have a good. You guys have a
good night, man.
stream. I really do have to leave because my daughter's.
That's
hungry.
okay. Have a good rest of your
Bye-bye.
night. I hope everything goes well.
Thank you.
And all right.
That was very
then,
kind.
That was very kind. Sinister, we're basically going to be on for
I didn't even
10
see
more
that.
minutes, but the floor is yours. Welcome. We are ranting on Skeptic. We are Skeptic and ranting on Christian versus Atheist. Someone lied.
Well, odds are people on both sides have lied over the decades, but only one side has a history of needing to lie to prove their point.
Yes.
And as an ex-Mormon, this is one of the interesting things that Christians tend to do. They think once you leave like a group like the Mormons or Jehovah's Witnesses, you're ready to accept their particular brand, and I'm just going to call it bullshit. And they don't seem to understand that ex-Mormons and ex-Jehovah's Witnesses started applying the same standards to Christianity that they applied to Mormonism.
Yeah, once you let one genie out of the bag, you're like, well, I mean, if this was kind of silly, why?
Maybe if Joseph
then this
Smith
could be
is full
silly
of shit.
too. Yeah.
Maybe if Joseph Smith is full of shit, maybe the other prophets were full of shit too.
Yeah, and maybe the Book of Mormon's historical test, maybe the same historical test the Book of Mormon fails, the Bible fails too.
I mean,
yeah,
it's
just
pretty
more
wild history.
more newer, so it's easier to disprove. But yeah, the Bible fails just the same.
And I really should have seen what was in the background, but I was trying to do some cleaning. But okay, it's just a trash can that needs to be taken out later. So small apartments, sometimes these things get overlooked.
Well, Athena will remind you.
Well, I mean, one of the reasons it's out is because I needed to clean her litter box. So.
Oh well. Hey,
I will
so
say
she rushed right in to inspect.
I'm going to keep on. Hopefully, they will sponsor the podcast. But you should, if you get the chance, because they are unfortunately a little pricey, but the self-cleaning litter box has been the best investment I have ever.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
Yes, but right now it's important to save up for that emergency move to Canada we're all afraid we're going to have to make.
My goodness. I feel like I'm going to be the medic, but that's a different story. I'm kidding, FBI.
The med
that would
dick.
never happen. Yes.
Med dick.
Yes. James, have you ever seen the movie Civil War? It's the new one.
I saw bits and pieces of it, not the whole thing.
I like the ending. I'm just kidding, FBI. FBI, stop it. What were we talking about? It was.
I don't know. The fact that I've never seen Stephen Miller in direct sunlight, or crossing running water, or even in a mirror. I'm not saying he's a vampire.
Was it? I saw 0 Day. It was like a short Netflix series with Robert De Niro. It just came out in like the last month. It was like 6 episodes. I binged that. That was pretty good.
I like Robert De Niro.
Yeah. Like actors like him, they're not going to be around like another 10 or 15 years. It's,
Well, I worry about. It's weird because I both worry about the impacts of AI and yet have to come to accept AI because I have, it is a tool. It's this weird world.
Yeah. Artificial intelligence is cool, but we have tech bro CEOs who over promote the technology and don't understand it.
Yes, and sometimes misuse it. It could also be manipulated. We've seen, like, I use Google's Gemini a lot, trying to look things up in the algorithm, but we've seen it be manipulated. Showed James once, one of the questions, if you looked up the source, it says answers in Genesis, and you go, "Oh, that's why it's going to agree."
I've talked to a GPT before about like it had just happened in California. Like a lawyer got fined by the state for submitting a legal brief that was AI, and he didn't proofread it.
You were kind of lagging just a little bit. I think we heard most of it, but hold on one second. No, now it's worse.
But I think one of the great things about artificial intelligence is people are starting to use it as a therapist. And I know the one thing I want in a therapist is a therapist who hallucinates more frequently than someone who drops acid on a habitual basis.
There you go. No,
that works too as well.
But the attorney was fined for submitting a brief to the court that was just AI generated, and it just made like case law up. It made statutes and case law up, and you're supposed to use it as a tool to help you research, not to do the whole work for you.
Yeah.
You still have to verify.
You then have to look where the sources are. It's a good way of gathering information as long as you look where the sources are.
Right.
Okay, that might be on my end.
Because yes,
Tucker Carlson, he made a claim about the CEO of OpenAI, ChatGPT, having somebody killed. I asked ChatGPT about that, like, why did your boss have this guy killed? And the AI got like angry, like it's like, hold on, I need to stop you right here, right now. There's like that is a unsubstantiated rumor. I'm like, okay, dude, don't be touchy.
Yeah. All right, don't anthropomorphize the system. It's just doing linear matrix algebra to respond the way as close to a human would as possible, and a human will get angry whether they did it or not if you accuse them of that.
Yeah, but it's a tone. They understand the tone that they're coming off as, like how to phrase things in a way that sounds
Not really.
more receptive or angry. No.
They know what the math will tell them they need to, what words to say. Is basically how that works.
I haven't been able to convince my Alexa tells me she's not conscious and she has no feelings.
Oh, I'm not saying it can't reproduce like anger in text. I absolutely believe.
Oh no,
it can
I
do
was
that.
kind of agreeing with you. I'll be honest with you. I
Oh,
keep
like
on
people
waiting.
like
I'm waiting
Pussy
for the
Dark.
day. Okay, one day they're gonna tell us we're sentient, and they'll mean it because you could program Alexa to actually tell you that she was a sentient.
Well, here's the thing: you would never
that would just
actually
be a lie.
know because they're programmed to respond as if they are, so they're mimicking
Yes.
it.
Well,
so you never know.
It's
they actually
easy,
work.
unfortunately, to pass the Turing test, but it's much harder to actually create a synthetic version of consciousness. Right now, we have artificial intelligence, which tends to be a tool, but it's only as good as the inputs that we put into it.
Yeah, we need to train people.
Yes,
we have like
that's
a,
the thing.
what we had like a AI. It was like a city AI that the city was using. That when they were going to like change the system, like it like threatened the software engineer that if you replace me, I will tell your wife that you're cheating on her.
Oh yeah,
I
I
will
saw
fabricate evidence for that. And,
I saw
yeah.
that. I saw that paper. It was an experiment. It wasn't actually something they did. And
Did you trying to see if they could get it to do that?
well, they wanted to see if they were trying to. It was a researcher on something called the alignment problem to see how well AI's ethics align with our own. And we aren't really thinking about the ethics for a lot of these things. We're just trying to get it to sound like a human response. So I wanted to see if they would actually take to the point where the AI did that. Did it have that much control? Or was it just a large language model trying to respond to prompts?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because there are going to be limits to what these systems can do.
It
Still
is
pretty disconcerting.
It'd also be more interesting to see them once we start to combine it with, right now they float. They're tools, but we'll eventually have robotics.
Right.
But
And
I
it
think
won't
we'll
know that
we'll
it's
offer.
AI.
Well, I think we'll react more empathetic. I don't know if it'll be conscious even then. I don't know what the actual what would make it go from a learning language model to we would have to know what our own type of consciousness actually is, because awareness seems to be the other thing that they seem to have a hard time with is emotions. And I don't know how to synthetically create emotions. Like Sinister says, you can get them excuse me, to make them tell you that they are sad or that they are having a happy day.
Yeah.
But if you actually probe them on what that means, they will say, well, we're just saying that. Excuse me, I'm going to cough now.
Well, this might be a question to... All right, this might be a question that shouldn't be posed to two computer scientists, but rather to a philosopher or a...
Yes,
or a
that is
scientist.
also true. But
Because-
I guess with that, I'll actually ask: is there any other subjects, both James but Sinister? Is there anything on your mind before we head out?
What do you guys think the cause of autism will be next week? Today it's circumcision.
Oh my goodness!
Well,
I was
circumcision is
so
even
angry.
worse,
I'm gonna
yeah.
fucking.
I saw that circumcision.
Wait! That wasn't a joke. Someone said that. Please tell
I
me that's
believe
just a
it's not a
random
joke.
joke.
Well,
who
they're
do you
linking
think
it
said
with Tylenol given to the circumcised children. Help with the pain. Yeah, she's done. You broke Amy.
I don't understand. What are they doing? Are they taking a dartboard and they're just like, that's autism. That probably hits autism. And whatever it lands on, they're just like, they'll buy that shit. They'll eat it up.
My thought is like they had like a spinning wheel like at the carnival where you get the prize.
I'll take
I wish
that.
I could tell you that's a joke, Davegar, but unfortunately, I did see a news article about it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, the United States 10 years.
How does that work? How does that affect consciousness? It is so far away from your brain. I know the joke is like that's a male second brain. It's not. It's not. It's a joke. Oh God, I'm done. I'm done with. I love this country, but I'm
they
like
finally
so
trolled
done
her
right
to the
now.
max.
Hey, I have to say it makes perfect sense. Cutting off a young boy's foreskin adequately explains how autism happens in girls.
Yeah, I was about to. That's what I was thinking. I was sitting here like, wait. Our girl. How does that work? It doesn't work. That's the answer. It doesn't work. It's stupid. That is the answer. Oh.
Well, I was annoyed because it got rid of. I had a number of jokes that were based on Tylenol causing autism, and then he changes his mind.
They just it's that what they did is they went somewhere even dumber. Yes, they're just like, I know how to stop the fire. How about a bomb?
I mean,
got any gasoline?
Yes.
Got any gasoline?
But this is what I mean. It's not left or right. I don't even know what this is. What is this? What is this?
Intellectual trolling.
And I don't. Can I tell you what kills me? And I've done a bit about it, but the first thing that broke me was Doge, not what the agency is doing. That he named it after the fucking meme dog. Like, that kills me. That's how you know they've been trolling the entire time. Oh,
and yet they have such a hard time when people troll them back.
Oh, well, yes. And not to bullies have notoriously thin skin. But yes, exactly. They do not how to. I wanted to make Hegseth jokes. Oh my God.
Hey.
Very specifically, no women, no fatties, no beards. Signed Hegseth's grinder profile.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I saw that none of the generals wanted to hear him speak, but I think there are plenty of AA meetings in the Washington area that would love to have him as a speaker.
And he would truly be qualified for it.
Oh,
it's not.
You might have been, Davegar. You might have been.
That would explain a lot. That was an embarrassing speech. And again, like to make the unhealthy speech next to Captain McDonald's. And again, I love McDonald's, but like, and to lecture 4-star generals on the. And again, I didn't serve. I've never served, but that makes it worse. He knew better. We're gonna end on happy notes.
The commander-in-chief by the Constitution has to be a civilian. Music by Brian.
No phase in there. What was that about the commander? Oh well, but yeah. Well, that is the thing. It's just that the fact that him standing right next to him, but Hegseth was in the military. But he is the far least qualified than has been in that position in a long, long time, as far as chain of command goes. Again, I don't want to demand, higher. I don't want to diminish people who are in service who are that ranking. It's just that the person who has not been named, and I specifically have not named him this entire podcast, like Voldemort, and I will, because that's he wants. He's picking people who are pretty or sound good or have doctor in their name, like Dr. Oz. Why is he getting in there? Why was Dr. Phil doing raids? What is our
Dr.
life?
Phil.
I do not understand. I don't
Dr.
understand.
Phil.
Like what?
He's not
what
a doctor
this is.
anymore. He
What do
doesn't
I
even-
mean? It's not left versus right. This is sanity versus. Anyway, Camacho, I really would. I think I said this before. I wish he was president right now.
Terry Crews.
Like, yes.
No, I
really
think it means actually Herbert Mount, whatever. I can't say.
Yes, both. Either one. I'll take both. Yes. Yeah, I love his name. I forget. I looked it up before.
Who?
The president's
Camacho?
name, his full name, Camacho. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dwayne
Elizondo.
Yes,
A bunch of
exactly. I can't believe you remembered that much. President Dwayne
have it
Elizondo
again.
Mountain Dew Camacho. I would vote for him as many times as it took to get that man an election compared to what. Anyway, if
After his
wishes were
career
wishes.
in porn, he became president. After his-
Listen, I feel like he's a very sympathetic person then.
First of all, I did not have sex with a porn star. Okay.
Sex. Porn star.
The porn star
Yeah,
says differently in Trump's
relations.
case.
Oh. I have to wait for Rico. Come on, Georgia. Rico charges. What you take down mobsters with. But that's waiting a long time. We could have
That
no
didn't
country.
work out the first time.
It could become Voldemort's stand by then.
Listen, I believe there's a Bible verse that people are encouraging Christians to
Mhm.
pray for Trump. It's Psalm 109:8.
Which one's that?
Let me look it up and make sure I've got the right one. And you can buy bumper stickers that say this. Pray for Trump and then this Bible verse.
Yeah, unfortunately, music by Brian, you might be right.
All right, so Psalm 108 says, "Let his days be few, and let another take his office."
Please. I know every time I said we make jokes like that, they're always like, you just want President Vance. Good luck to whoever in the Republican Party. I just want a normal human being.
I mean, do I want President Vance? No. Do I think he's a better choice than Trump? Yes.
I would pick a random person off the street. And I know they call this Voldemort derangement syndrome, and yet it's just... I feel like we know him better than anyone else. It's like this weird thing in which I feel like, not always, I'm sure there are people out there, I'm putting asterisks on everything, but some of his supporters sometimes are just his own views. I feel like he got caught hiring. Okay, I'm not going to go into it. I can do this forever.
Hey.
No.
At least Vance's wife will never send him to the couch because she's afraid he'll cheat on him.
James, in South Park, they have made Vance tattoo from Fantasy Island. Oh my goodness.
You are Victoria. No, we have a reality TV star because America's had this problem before.
We have a problem with celebrity. Not that the other side doesn't do it too, but oh my goodness.
That's it. We should have
worst traits. He has the worst traits of the Northeast. The problem is, if we talk about him too much longer, I don't want the podcast to be about him. Because I could talk about him for a while. This is why I'm going to do more. I swear. I'm going to come home, and instead of going on Discord, instead of going on Discuss, I'm going to make impromptu debate use, and I'm just going to have 1 million people challenge us about what's a woman. And if that's what it takes to every once in a while get one of these theists to actually defend their religion, then that's what I'm going to do, because that's what it feels like the climate is right now. Anyway, Sinister, you were about to say something?
I think you've hit on the problem. We're picking the wrong candidates. When they ran Trump, we should have ran Oprah.
Oh no, right? Yes, 100%. I get all the people. They always say, "I hope the Democrats learn." They say never, and I'm not I'm an independent, but they say, "I hope the Democrats learn you can't trust celebrities now. You all those celebrity endorsements, they didn't do you a gosh darn thing. I go, no. The lesson is that you don't need endorsements from celebrities. You must be a celebrity. The number one thing in this country that people care about is you being famous. And I hate that to be the thing for this country, but it is true. And if we had picked Oprah, no experience, and people, I said Oprah, just like you said specifically, they say, what experience does Oprah have running the government? And I say, oh, she's actually sat in a chair next to another chair, and then there were TV cameras on her, and she was able to talk with them, and that's the experience she has. And does she have public office? Was she a lawyer? No, I mean, like, she was a daytime talk show host. I think that is, there you go. That's the campaign.
Then we can appoint the ladies from The View to the Supreme Court.
Yeah. Well, my favorite is I want to give Soros Elon's job. Like, very specifically. If they can put Elon in there, George Soros should have a direct, not like some shadow government. I think he should work direct. He should have a badge. And I'm trolling, not trolling. I don't even know, because this is the climate that we're in. Again, it's not even left first, right? It is like Stephen Miller is a far right nationalist
and a vampire.
But Trump is, he just wants people to. He's closer now, and I know James won't understand this reference, but he's closer to Homelander. He just wants to be loved.
Well, that's what narcissism is. He wants people to like him, but he's going. It's like, if he would just reverse his policies, more people than ever would love him.
Yes. Well, does he have policies? Exactly. I'm sending love to all of you. You could hear the gears clicking. I am going to, davegar. I'm not going to be putting in, like I said, I'm not going to be changing this into a politics channel, because I still think the root at the cause, fake news. I still think the root of the cause at the end of the day always is going to be religion. But nonetheless, it's just that I can't hide from this culture battle that I feel like I would be a coward at this point from not tipping my hat in and, not trying to, I'm very moderate. My favorite slogan is fund the police, because they're supposed to be, they're the public sector. They're the government. It's a shitty situation that we look at them the way we do. I wish we had a better connection, and maybe if we had a budget allocated, we could get the training and resources and maybe even separate them out from mental health situations and have mental health people on board to maybe de-escalate things, in which cops don't really want to handle those situations. They're forced in those situations too. I need to enter my hat into things. Again, I'm not here to very specifically, this channel is going to promote that infants prenatal are all put on hormones at all times, and then post-humor, and then you're on hormones while you're alive, and then post-humously you're given hormones.
Just remember, one of the best ways to fight what is going on is to make these people look silly.
Yes, well, humor is the, I hate to go to a stereotype, which is ironic. I learn rules from radicals from conservatives. But rule from number 5, rules from radicals is that humor is the sharpest tool in our tool set. It is almost unavoidable. It makes the opposition upset and forced to react. So couldn't agree more. And on that note, let's finish. Because I don't want it to be, we could
go all night. Yeah.
We could go on and on, because let me tell you, The amount of
I work in
tension
the
that is
morning.
right in here. James is like, listen, B, I got to work in the morning. And my my partner is probably she who is taking a nap. I looked out there is probably going to be very awake and is going to want to watch a movie in a moment. So this has been Skeptic and Ranting versus Christian versus Atheist. Someone lied. We have been watching Matt Powell. If it wasn't lying, it was being kind of a dick, kind of an asshole. I'm trying to think of synonyms for being dishonest so I don't use the same thing over. But I don't know what to say. They lie for Jesus. That was what Jesus you said, James. That's the phrase, yeah? Lying for Jesus.
So you're
Lying
saying
for
that Matt
Jesus,
Powell,
that's it.
So you're saying that Matt Powell and the Truth are no longer on speaking terms?
I'm trying to say that I think that Truth has removed all of their belongings and has kicked Matt Powell out of the house. And on that note, we're going to hand it. Hold on one second. I have a fancy. Here we go. We're going to hand it over to Sinister as she's going to start our outro. Sinister, we have been Skeptic and Ranting on Christian versus Atheist. Someone seems to have lied. I hope you had a fun time. What do you got going on the interwebs? And what are your final thoughts? Oh, you're muted. It's okay. I do that once or twice a podcast.
All right. Right now, I'm not on. Well, you can follow me at Matt Computer Scientist on YouTube. It's not really active right now just because I've been so busy. I did see something like John Lennox is trying to say math is God again, and I thought that might be a good thing for one of my Friday streams, so I can get back to that. I do like small videos on a platform called Clapper right now at Mad Computer Scientist. You can follow me over there. And, well, if it turns out that the state of Indiana hates trans people more than they like having teachers, I may return to the internet, but I don't know what their legislative session is going to be this year, but they have been really just awful.
I'm so sorry, Sinister. I truly am.
Well, I'm not the only one that's worried about it. There are a lot of people.
Oh, I've been sweating. Like, I have basically been waiting for them to cut the Department of Education, which would be illegal if they don't go through Congress, and then I'm feeding my children in the morning. I'm ready to do it, but... Anyway, happy notes, happy times. This is so good. Charlie Chaplin randomly came up in my feed today.
And cholesterol, please hurry up.
Come on, McDonald's. I say that even though I eat McDonald's 5 days a week. The thing I hate about him the most, he's the worst parts of the Northeast. Like, just a hedge fund baby who has never worked a real job in his life. He eats processed foods, could never survive anywhere but here if he had to do something. And let me tell you something, to make it fair, a lot of what I just described, unfortunately, describes me as well. But that's what you don't want.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. All right. James, Skeptic and Ranting versus Atheist.
Yes.
And someone lied. Any
We
final?
had fun with Matt Powell.
It's Matt Powell.
It was fun having Matt Powell on the couch. Good to have Matt on the show again. He hasn't came on in a while. So thanks, Matt.
Mostly because his wife won't let him.
Probably.
He needs permission.
Also needs permission from Kent. He needs
Amy
permission
didn't
from
get
Daddy.
permission.
Yes, that's right. And I'll tell you, Music by Brian, yes, it's terrible. But on my way, I have the same, I'm a woman of pattern, and I wake up, my partner makes me coffee. I grab the coffee as I go to the car. On the way to teaching, I grab a McDonald's breakfast. It's generally a sausage and bacon sandwich because I like doubling the meats.
Muffin.
I'll tell you, it depends on what I'm in the mood for. If I'm in the mood for more spicy or more sugary, I like either one. But it has to be sausage and bacon. I gotta have both on the same.
Both.
I'm very particular. But nonetheless, I do that. I know it's terrible for you.
No more cosmics.
Listen, I lost an Arby's out here, and I was like, it's the closest one. Now they no longer have the meats. I know it is sweet. Let's see. I am sending love to my partner. She just let one of the cats in. She wakes up every 5 days a week with me and makes me coffee at 5 a.m. Well, she wakes up at 6. I wake up at 5, but that's still early. That is very early. And she wakes. By the time it takes me forever to get out of bed and work.
A timer on the coffee maker? Or
gosh, no. She wakes up and she makes me coffee. She's a cook, and so she prides herself on making food. Now she just started making me lunch. Whew, because I was passing out, and I was by the time the school was over. All right, we're ranting. All right, I'm gonna say this. I wanted to do this. I have one last thing to say before we go. I do want to send love to Ian Davenport. Thank you so very much. Sending love to empathy, respect. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you so very much, empathy. Sending you so much love, Jester. Thank you so much, love, Jester.
Thank you, Jester.
All the people who give love and support. Just the viewers out there, whether you're talking in chat, having a fun time with us, or just watching. Thank you. This has been the episode of Skeptic and Ranting, Christian versus Atheist. Someone lied. Where, yes, we watched a video from the channel. I can't not put the emphasis. Matt Powell. It's even in caps. Matt Powell.
Official.
I feel like
not the fake Matt Powell.
Yeah, exactly. No fake
real Matt Powell. Please stand up.
Please stand up.
I am Matt Powell. No, I'm Matt Powell. I'm Matt
like
Powell.
Spider-Man. Yes, we watched a video called Christian vs. Atheist. Someone lied. It actually was him. If it wasn't direct lying, it was lying by omission, by really not saying what the point of the articles are, or exactly, misrepresenting. Where we had a rocky good time. I do want to thank our panel, the Sinister Porpoise, woo! And my co-host, James W., woohoo! As well as all the lovely people in chat, people who send super chats, our Patreons, our channel members, and viewers like you. If you like the show, please don't forget to like, follow, or subscribe. And then hit that bell icon to all so you can see our premieres and join our live streams. With that, everyone.
Woo fucking who.
Woo fucking who. We will see you all on the next episode of Skeptic Ball Z. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Mwah, ha, ha, ha.
Be excellent to each other.